Let's get into the latest NFL rumors now, Tom Downey. We'll start things off with perhaps Johnathan Hankins to the Washington Redskins. And we're giving this 3 Goodell heads. We're thinking it's more probable than not.
I think this is going to go down because the Redskins are pushing very hard to go out and sign Hankins. He was recently cut by the Indianapolis Colts. He's visiting them right now. The report from NBC Washington was that, quote, they are trying hard. I think they'll find a way to get a deal done. I think Hankins' market isn't quite what it should be. Watch for like a 1-year prove-it type contract. Not a ton of money, enough that Hankins can say, okay, I'm going to have a good year, and then go, when I have a full offseason available, go in and try and get some more money there. I think it makes some sense there. The Redskins had a terrible run defense last year. One of the worst in the NFL. In fact, it was the worst in the NFL. Hankins can help solidify that run defense. That's why I think it makes sense. And I think with Hankins, the Redskins showing the most mutual interest, I don't think that they'll wait long, much like they didn't wait long with Orlando Scandrick after he was cut by the Dallas Cowboys.
You see 3 Goodell heads there. That is an indication of our rumor meter. So let's take a look at the explanations here. 0 heads, it's fake news. Do not believe in that rumor. 1 Goodell head, a small shred of truth. 2 Goodell heads, people are talking, firmly in that rumor category. 3 Goodell heads, as you saw, more probable than not that it is true. And then 4 Goodell heads, fact news. We are very, very confident in the rumor at hand. So let's get to note number 2 here. Ndamukong Suh, has he narrowed his search down to 4 teams, Tom? We're giving this one 3 Goodell heads as well. Pretty likely that this is the case.
Those 4 teams are, by the way, the LA Rams, who we will visit tomorrow, the Seattle Seahawks, so again, he is from the Washington area, the Tennessee Titans, and the New Orleans Saints. I think he picks one of those 4 teams. I don't know which one it's going to be. I am curious to see what happens if the Rams, for example, if they get Suh, what happens to Aaron Donald? Like, are they going to have both those guys, or will one have to go eventually? I think another note on that end, I think Seattle makes a lot of sense as well. They lost Sheldon Richardson. If they can put together the money,
they need help.
Suh can, go back home. But there's a common theme there. All 4 of those teams are close or were playoff teams last year.
All right, let's get to the next note here. Did the Bills talk to the Browns about trading for that #1 overall pick here, Tom? We're giving this one 4 Goodell heads. We feel very confident that this rumor is indeed accurate.
This totally happened. I have no doubts in my mind the Bills have already talked to the Browns about the #1 overall pick. And I know that among other teams, the Jets have also talked to the Browns about that pick. If you're an NFL GM and you're worth half your salt, you are calling everybody.
And that's Brandon Bean there on your screen.
Good point. There are a lot more things that get discussed than actually end up getting reported, because sometimes they're just, hey, what's going on here? Like, what's the price? Oh, that's way too much. Okay, see ya. Goodbye. So this is a 4-head rumor for me without a doubt. I firmly believe that this happened, even though it hasn't been confirmed by anyone beyond Dan Patrick or has been announced by the teams, because they're not going to announce that. But I think the Bills, the Jets, even the Broncos, I think, have at least going to have discussions about the #1 overall pick with the Browns. Of course, that's very different than a deal actually happening.
All right, let's get to the next rumor here. DeMarco Murray, will he sign with the Miami Dolphins? We're giving this 2 Goodell heads, firmly in the rumor category, but he is visiting with Miami. And with the Dolphins addressing that offensive line there with Kilgore and Josh Sitton, it makes sense they grab a running back too.
Yeah, and look, Damian Williams is a free agent. It's an interesting fit. I think a DeMarco Murray, Kenyon Drake tandem would be a fun one, although it would suck for fantasy owners. But there's some interest there. He's not going to the Lions because they of course ended up signing LeGarrette Blount. I think Seattle could still make some sense. So we'll wait and see on DeMarco. I am curious where he ends up, but he'll sign somewhere. But I don't think he's going to be the #1 back anymore.
All right, and then how about Eric Ebron to the Indianapolis Colts? He is visiting with them. Ebron continuing his free agency tour. We're giving this 2 Goodell heads.
The Colts don't sign anyone, Cam. Like, and we'll get that right graphic up here in just a second here, because the Colts don't sign people. Like, they don't make additions. They're just not making any moves right now. With that said, I think Eric Ebron would be a great addition. I think he'd be a good fit with Jack Doyle. The Colts tried that at one point with Dwayne Allen and Doyle for a little bit there. I think you get Eric Ebron. I think he gives you more options than Jack Doyle. But I think Ebron might say, you know what, I'm going to go to maybe a better team, and/or I'm going to go to a team where I'm actually the guy at tight end.
That's fair. All right, let's get to rumor number 6 now. Are the Cowboys signing a new tackle? We're giving this 3 Goodell heads. Pretty likely, and we're talking about Cameron Fleming here, visiting with Dallas right now.
Or Adrian Waddle. Sure. He also is going to visit the Cowboys. So I saw a comment in the comment section. Are the Cowboys, have they done anything yet? Here's where they're closest.
Blockbuster move.
It appears that they are looking for another offensive lineman. if they sign a guy like Fleming, he might become the right tackle for Dallas, and Lael Collins could kick back into guard. Okay. So just keep an eye on that, but it does seem the Cowboys are at least close to maybe making a move, for all you Cowboys fans out there wondering.
New offensive line coach in Dallas as well. All right, folks, we're wrapping up NFL Daily. For Tom Downey, I am Cam Rogers. We'll see you next time.